pessoal do Canaltech, mais uma vez estamos aqui no Geek City com convidados internacionais e eu tenho o prazer de ter aqui ao meu lado Alex Andersen, ele que faz o Ivar the Boneless da série Vikings, e a gente vai bater um papo sobre a carreira dele, sobre Vikings e tudo mais. A gente vai fazer entrevista em inglês e já tem a legenda aí, se não aparecer para você, só clicar aí no YouTube.
Oi, Brasil.
First of all, thank you for coming by. It's such a pleasure to be inside.
My pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Yeah. I think that you just saw. I didn't mention your mid name. How can I spell your mid name?
Oh, you can't.
Yeah.
It's a northern Scandinavian
I think it's
thing.
Høgh. Yeah.
That's very close. Høgh.
Okay, Alex Andersen. Yeah.
That's very close.
Yeah.
H-O-G-H, but it's a line between in the O.
Yeah, we don't
it's
have
weird.
this
It's
letter in
Scandinavian.
Portuguese. Okay.
Let's skip that.
Okay. You started as a theater actor.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
In the school. How it was?
I was 11 years old, and I did some musical theater.
Oh, great.
And I actually did that for like 7-8 years.
Do you think?
No, well, I sing in the shower. That's it. No,
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not a singer. I'm not a singer. That's my past, and I've left that. I've left that there.
And you are also a photographer, yeah?
Yeah. Photography. I love photography.
Yeah.
That's one of my biggest hobbies. I don't think I could live without it. I absolutely adore it. I think it's such an interesting craft to work on, and I've been very fortunate to work on Vikings, where there's a lot of beautiful extras and sets and nature that I can I can
it's
take
a
photos
beautiful
of. So
place.
for me, it's easy just to point the camera and click. That's all I have to do.
It's some talent you think.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Well, it takes a little practice, yeah. But I mean, it's just good fun, and the only way you get better is pulling out your camera and practicing. Sure.
Yeah, practicing.
Exactly.
And we are in the Geek City, which is a geek, né?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you consider yourself a geek guy?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I just saw you playing with
Oh,
Lego.
yeah, I was playing with the
Yeah.
Lego yesterday. That was probably my first geek moment in my life.
Yeah.
Oh, I was playing with Lego all the time.
And what you did there?
Oh, what we did there?
Yeah.
Oh, we built like Lego cars that could destroy each other. And we're like trying to
it's
so that was
a
like
robot fight?
Robot fighting
Yeah.
almost. So we were driving the robots that we built ourselves.
Okay.
And then we were trying to flip each other over or push each other over the edge.
Okay.
And it was so much fun. We spent an hour.
And your
So fun.
robot it was a winner, or did you lose?
Oh, I did lose 8 times in a
Yeah.
row, and then I won the last one.
Oh.
And that's what matters. So I won.
Yeah, let's go back to your career. How did you enter in the Vikings with your role as Ivar?
I mean, it's a lot of years of practicing and doing small time stuff back in Denmark,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you get a self tape, like an audition on this big thing, and you just do it. And then I did one audition, got to the second one, did that one. Apparently got to the third one, did that one, and then all of a sudden it's just, you're there. So within a month, all of a sudden your life has completely changed.
Wow. And I just saw in your presentation that you made some of ground things to get this job. How it was?
I play a character that's crippled by birth.
Yeah.
So he's crawling around all the time. That's probably what you saw on the States.
Yeah.
That's me
I
showing how I was crawling.
I will not ask you to do it again.
No,
okay?
please don't.
Just to explain, na apresentação dele, o Alex ele fez no chão como que ele fez na apresentação, então eu vou pedir para ele fazer aqui de novo pra gente. But what it was, they asked you to make this, or you just thought, oh my God, I have to put my heart on it?
No. But I mean, the character is written as a cripple,
Okay.
so I had to portray a handicapped character, right?
Okay.
So that was, and that's super interesting for an actor. But the whole thing of crawling around on the floor, that's something that I had to do. I had to do that because that's how he would get around.
Yeah.
There's no other way you can do that. So
Congrats.
as hard for the leg. Honestly.
But then in set, how can you interpret this guy, which is a disabled guy,
Exactly.
with no movements in the legs,
Yeah.
and how did you do the movements in the set? Did you?
It's so hard. It was so
Yeah.
hard. Yeah, I was crawling on the ground, and you just have to pretend like your legs are dead.
Do you put chains in your
No,
legs?
no, well, actually, I actually tied my legs together.
Okay.
With some leather, so I could pull them up like this, so they would just stick together. So I knew where they were, and then from there on, it was just crawling around. And that was in woods. That was in February in Ireland, where it's freezing. It's sub-zero temperatures. It's so cold. On top of a mountain, it's like dirt road, and you get bloody knuckles from crawling around. It was hard. It was very hard, but it was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I would not change that for a day. No.
Sometimes you just forget that you can't move your legs, and then you make some movements.
I have done a few things.
Yeah.
A few times where they were like, a cup would be thrown at me, and I would react like this, and I'll be like, "Oh, we need to take that one more time," because I was doing this with my legs, right?
I think that it's so hard to just I can't move my
No,
legs.
it takes a little practice. It takes a little practice. I was crawling around a hotel room for a long time.
Oh,
Yeah.
great! And in your presentation, you said before that you wasn't a famous guy in your country, and then you just explode in your Instagram. And can you tell this story again for us, please?
Well, it's just it's just weird coming from nothing or being a nobody, so to speak. I would probably sometimes rather be a nobody than famous. I'm from little Denmark, so I'm not used to all of this.
Yeah.
That took a little practice as well to get used to, but I mean, it also creates opportunities like this where I'm sitting in a studio with you right now in Brazil, and I'm talking. I'm experiencing this whole Geek City thing. That's really interesting. But it's weird coming from 0 to 100. I mean, it takes a toll on you, and you have to navigate in this whole crazy world that it is with fans and
people
media and
recognize
stuff
you
like that.
in your country, in your city.
Yeah.
You came from a small city. Is that
Yeah,
right?
very small city. I grew up in a small city where there was like 5,000 people.
Wow.
It's a very small city.
You are the superstar.
I'm a farmer dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's different. It's not what I grew up with. I'm telling you.
And how it was for your friends then? Wow, I have a famous friend, and man, what's happening?
I mean, they've probably been pretty tired of it by now. They're like, oh my God, he's talking about himself again. It's about him and his work again. Can we just sit down and watch a movie without, talking about Vikings, or can we just walk down the street without fans coming up and taking a photo or stuff like that? But I mean, my friends have been the biggest supportive system for me, actually. They've taken it really, really well, because I was worried about that, because I know that's something natural when I work with what I work with. I know that's a bonus, that's something that comes with the job.
Yeah.
But for my friends to also be a part of that all of a sudden, and people writing them and saying they're fans of them and stuff like that. That's really fun. We've had a lot of fun with it. It's super. It's just fun and good times, and it's all very. People are polite, and it's not very. There's not a lot of bad things happening. As you hear a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah, because your character it's kind of an anti-hero.
He's an anti-hero. Yeah, sometimes a villain. Yeah, sometimes a villain.
And here in Brazil, we just heard from some actors, mostly the ones who plays villains, that people came in the streets and don't do it.
Yeah, I know.
And then scream with them.
I have experienced some people having a tough time separating Alex from Ivar.
Yeah.
So when I've been passing people, and I could just see at the corner of my eye, they were looking at me like getting scared of me. Because they were like, that's Ivar. That's
He
Ivar
walks.
the
He
woman.
walks.
Exactly. And I was like, but yeah, and I'd say, it's a miracle. Yeah, I'm walking, it's a miracle. Whoa! Yes, I'm walking again.
It's a kind of
It's
miracle.
fun. It's fun. It's all good fun.
And what was the most difficult scene that you made in Vikings?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a tough one because there's a lot of scenes that's been really tough.
All of them is tough.
There's some, most of them are because you're a cripple. I mean, but sometimes I have scenes where I'm just sitting in a chair and I'm like, do this, do that, and then scene done, and I'll be like, that's so easy, that's so easy. Because usually I'm used to crawling around for like 10 hours, so I was like, I love those scenes, but the funniest ones and the toughest ones are actually the same ones. Okay. There are scenes that are physically tough, where you're like crawling around and you're trying to escape something. It's horrible, so tough. And you shoot it at night and you're freezing and all that stuff. I had one scene in episode, in season 4B, where I was with Ragnar in the woods and I was killing my team, my friends, Viking friends. And that was a tough one. We shot that like at 11 o'clock in the evening. Like 11 p.m. and it was in February or something like that. So we were so cold. And I was crawling around, killing people with an axe, throwing stuff around, and we did that from all these different angles for 5 hours straight. And I was like,
oh my God, man! I was
completely devastated after that. But that was also some of the scenes that I remember most clear because it was so much fun.
Oh, in the end, it's so fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Every single time it's a challenge. That's when it gets fun.
Okay. The last season, the 60th season is the last one, and it will start in November. Is that correct?
I have actually no idea. I haven't been told. I know just as little as you do.
Okay.
I have no idea.
But I think it's this year.
Probably, yeah.
What can we expect? Can you tell us something?
I can't give you any spoilers, obviously, but I can tell you that it's going to be a very beautiful show.
Oh, great.
We're going to go to new countries.
Oh.
So we're going to see new colors, new people, new everything, actually. We have a lot of cool characters coming in that are going to be so super fierce and interesting. We got, of course, a lot of some interesting deaths, some interesting new characters, as I said before, is coming in. So it's a give and take, but also, I mean, my character is going new places, and he's gonna experience new things, and he's gonna be different from what we saw in the last season, where he was very much a furious king that killed everyone and full of anger and stuff like that. I think he's gonna be very much self-aware and look into himself and try to grow up for once, try to be an adult. Yeah,
really great. So my last one is just ask you to look at this cam and say a message to your Brazilian fans. What would you like to say to them?
Oi, Brazil. It's so nice to be in Brazil, and it's a beautiful country. I had a barbecue yesterday, and it was phenomenal.
Wow.
So far, so good. I really love your country, and thank you for supporting the show, and I hope you like season 6.
Hey, Alex. Thank you for coming by. It was such a pleasure. A gente fica por aqui com o Alex, um super prazer bater um papo com ele. Essa é a nossa cobertura aqui do Canaltech no Geek City, a feira mais geek do sul do país.
Obrigado, tchau.
Tchau, tchau, galera.